When importing goods for your e-commerce business, sometimes you will need to get goods by air. But did you know that in air shipping, there are primarily two different services that work very differently and also have different price structure? So what are these services and how do you decide which one to choose? Watch this video to find out. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me yet, I am Kirti. I share best sourcing advice for e-commerce entrepreneurs, particularly if you're sourcing from India. So if you're interested in information and content on sourcing, do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a video every Thursday. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about two methods used to transport goods by air internationally. The first one is Air Express, also commonly known as air courier service. This service most of us have heard of as we have sent and received personal couriers even when we are not into any business. Courier service is provided by express courier companies like DHL, FedEx, UPS, etc. and it's a door-to-door service. You can easily make a booking online or personally when wanting to send a courier by paying a certain amount. These companies have their own aircraft, own inland transport and staff to carry out the entire shipping process that includes pickup from origin, transport to the airport, export clearance, air transport, import clearance, inland transport in the destination country and two-door delivery. Their costs are all inclusive with all costs from door to door, from exporter's factory to importer's final location are all covered under one code and nothing really for you to manage, with all processes involved taken care of and goods picked up at origin and delivered at your doorstep. On an average, you can have the courier delivered as early as 3 days and can sometimes take up to 7 days as well. Coming to air freight is essentially airport-to-airport service as opposed to door-to-door service provided by Air Express. Goods are shipped by air, but there is a bit more work involved. In case of air freight, you will need to engage a freight forwarder to manage the whole process for you from pickup at origin to delivery at your final location. He will arrange a transport company to pick up the goods from the factory and transport them to the airport, have them custom cleared in export country, book an airline for your goods, have the goods custom cleared at import country, and then have the goods transported to your final location. Air freight is airport-to-airport service with all other parts managed by the freight forwarder to provide you door-to-door delivery. So the total cost that he will give you will include air transport charges plus cost of all other service components. There are many options and routes available for air freight. You can choose from various airlines providing air freight service. It's pretty much like booking a flight for yourself where you check different codes and go with the most suitable. There are several online platforms providing integrated services these days where you can obtain codes online, make a comparison and make your booking and track your shipment. You will also need to arrange a few commercial documents like certificate of origin, commercial invoice, packing list, etc. for custom clearance. Coming to the time involved, generally speaking, total air freight time could be as early as 7 days and in some cases, depending on the flight availability and routing, particularly in case of transshipments, it can take up to 15 days as well. So how are the costs calculated for air shipment? In case of air shipping, globally the cost is determined by weight in kgs and calculated as cents per kg. So the total cost would be rate per kgs times chargeable weight. The chargeable weight is actual gross weight or the volumetric weight, whichever is greater. Actual gross weight is the actual total weight of your cargo. Volumetric weight is the estimated weight where the volume of the cargo is converted into weight equivalent. If the volumetric weight exceeds the gross weight, then the air shipping cost will be charged according to the volumetric weight and vice versa. The reason why airlines calculate chargeable weight is because there are some high-density cargoes that are lightweight and take up a lot of space in the aircraft. And there are others that are low-density, heavyweight cargoes that are not taking much space but using a lot of weight capacity. So basically, chargeable weight is calculated to ensure that the volume and weight of cargo is considered in equal measure when shipping. So how do you figure out which air service to go with? Firstly, it depends on your product, how big and heavy it is or how small and lightweight. For example, if importing low-density, high-value products, small quantity of lightweight, small pieces of jewelry, you will be better off with an air courier service. However, if you have big density, low-value products, bigger, heavier home goods like filled cushions, for example, and 15 boxes weighing about 150 kgs, air freight would suit you much better. Secondly, it also depends on the urgency. How soon do you need your goods? For samples, you would normally use air courier, or if you need your goods to launch your product and there is an urgency, you would consider bringing in part quantity by air and remaining by sea. To give you an estimate break point, up to 60 kgs you can go with air courier, but anything over that mark, you must get an air freight quote to make a comparison. So essentially, when you do not have the time for sea shipment and need your goods sooner and have bigger volumes but still need economical, cheapest price, you could consider air freight, but this requires a bit of work. Could take a bit longer than courier but has the benefit of cheaper cost as the cost per kg gets reduced. But a word of caution, do not assume that air freight will always be most economical than air express. Also, there are some minimum charges that apply to air freight. The cost will also vary for different products, volumes and weights. There are all different types, so it's always best to get quotes to compare and then make a decision. So guys, these are the differences between air express and air freight and my tips on when and how to use these services. Do let me know and comment below if you found the video helpful. If you like the video, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe and share with your friends.